everyone, it's Allie, and today is the second half of the in-depth bookshelf tour. It's bookshelf tour number 12, right? No, number 11. Oh, I lied to you in my last one. I'm pretty sure I said 13 was going to end up being 3, but no, 12 is going to end up being 3. No. Oh, maybe it is 13. Oh god, I don't know. Yeah, 13. This is 12. So the one I'm doing right now is 12. And the next one is 13. So I did say it right in my last one. 13 is probably going to end up being 3 because there are so very many on that one. And then 14 is going to be interesting as well. The first book of this, welcome to the second half. The first book of this half is this one. It's called Smother by Adam Chester. The story of a man, his mom, and the thousands of altogether insane letters she's mailed him. So she mailed him like all of these goofy letters while he was in college. Ooh, maybe not just in college. Well, yeah, she sends him letters and things. It's just, I've read some of this, and let me see if I can find a short letter for you. Okay, here's one. It says, it's from October 3rd, 1981, and he writes, it's just so cute, look at this. And it says, Dear Adam, you never have time to talk on the phone. Are you meeting any nice girls? Make sure you dry your dishes before you put them away. Love, Mom. I'm like, well, okay, Mom, yes, Mom. She sent him one about jaywalking, November 8th, 1983. Dear Adam, just a note to tell you not to jaywalk. A young girl walked across the street at night, not at the corner where a light was, and was hit by a car. Don't jaywalk. Love, Mom. P.S. I know you think I'm crazy, but I don't care. It's just so cute, and I haven't read it all yet. So he's talking to his mom on the phone, and he says, Hi, Mom. And hi, I just wanted to call you. I'm in Mexico now, near Tijuana. What? The country? Right, yeah, the country. Anyway, my friend Gary and I are here together, and Gary, your friend from school who lost his leg to cancer? Yes, Gary, the one without the leg. Anyway, well, there's this event here in town called Running of the Bulls, and Gary and I are going to take part in it. Running of the what? What? Listen, Mom, I'm losing you. I gotta get going. The Bulls are just about to be set free. I'll talk to you later. Maybe. So, yeah, it's just, I love it. I can't wait to read that. It's going to be so good. The next one is this one. It's Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde and Other Stories by Robert Louis Stevenson. And I don't need to tell you about Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde because it's pretty self-explanatory. Everyone should know, at least be somewhat familiar. It's about idealistic young scientist Henry Jekyll. He struggles to unlock the secrets of the soul, testing chemicals in the lab. He drinks a mixture he hopes will isolate and eliminate human evil. Instead, it unleashes the dark forces within him, transforming him into the hideous and murderous Mr. Hyde. So, I said I wasn't going to talk about it, but then I talked about it. This is the next one. Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. I am in love with this book. I love it so much. It's basically about this guy who paints a picture of Dorian Gray. No, okay, I'm gonna actually read it for you. I'm gonna stop being stupid now. Oscar Wilde brings his enormous gifts. Oscar Wilde brings his enormous gifts for astute social observation and sparkling prose into the picture of Dorian Gray, his dreamlike story of a young man who sells his soul for eternal youth and beauty. This dandy, who remains forever unchanged, petulant, hedonistic, vain, and immoral, while the painting of him ages and grows increasingly hideous with the years, has been horrifying, enchanting, obsessing, even corrupting readers for more than 100 years. It is a gorgeous book. That's really all I need to say. It's just so good. I love it. And I love Oscar Wilde. He's just a little strange, but that's okay. The next one is this one. It's called The Sunflower, and it's by Simon Wiesenthal. And like the other one that you would have seen in my first half, by Elie Wiesel. This is just about Simon's experience in the Holocaust in a concentration camp. Does it tell me which one he was in on the back? This is, okay. In this important book, 53 distinguished men and women respond to Wiesenthal's questions They are theologians, political leaders, writers, jurists, psychiatrists, human rights activists, Holocaust survivors, and victims of attempted genocide in Bosnia, Cambodia, China, and Tibet. So beautiful. He died 10 years ago. Simon Wiesenthal did. He was 96. This is just beautiful. You are a prisoner in a concentration camp. A dying Nazi soldier asks for your forgiveness. What would you do? For anyone who is wondering, there are tabs up here in it because when we read this in school, we had to write a paper about it, like what we thought of it and all that stuff. And we had to use quotes from the book, so I put tabs. And of course I opened to one where there's no tab. I was going to show you. So I put tabs and I highlighted which quote I used. And I first opened to one that didn't have a tab on it, so that was really helpful. So yeah, it's all highlighted and stuff. So I may try to get a different copy. Like I might try to get another copy of it. So I do have a copy that doesn't have highlights and stuff in it. Well, just falls out. That's perfectly fine. The next two I'm going to lump together because they kind of go together. This one is Beowulf, translated by John McNamara, if that means anything to anybody. I don't know if it does. Like I know some books have different translations from different people, like the Iliad and the Odyssey, and so I don't know if it means anything that I said who the translation is. So yeah, you should know about Beowulf. Beowulf is a warrior who comes to, where does he come? Danish. He comes to help the Danish king kill the monster Grendel. And he ultimately wins and becomes the king of Hrothgar. Not Hrothgar. Yeah, Hrothgar? Is that what it's called? Guys, I don't even remember. This is awful. So, you know, whatever. Everyone should know about that. And the next one that I'm going to talk about is Grendel. This is pretty much the telling of it's pretty much Beowulf, but it's through Grendel's point of view. And it's magnificent. It's beautiful. It's really interesting, I think. I find it really interesting when books do this sometimes. Obviously, I wouldn't want all of them to do it because that would get, really annoying. But it's kind of cool sometimes and it's by John Gardner. I didn't say that, but it's by John Gardner. It's just really interesting to see a story that I know very well told through the monster's point of view. It's really interesting to see things through the monster or the villain's point of view. Because, I don't know, it's just interesting to me. He's going to fall over again. That's okay. The next one I'm going to talk about is the Red Badge of Courage and Selected Short Fiction by Stephen Crane. Loved this one. It's beautiful as well. Stephen Crane's famous youth, Ian Fleming, no, close. Henry Fleming dreams of finding glory and honor as a Union soldier in the American Civil War, yet he also harbors a hidden fear about how he may react when the horror and bloodshed of battle begins. Fighting the enemy without and the terror within, Fleming must prove himself and find his own meaning of valor. It's so good. The next two, oh god, this is all going to fall over. Yes, fall over. Okay, are these two? I didn't like these two. I read these in school. The first one is Ernest Hemingway's The Sun Also Rises. If anyone out there loves this book, maybe I just didn't get something. The quintessential novel of the lost generation, The Sun Also Rises is one of Ernest Hemingway's masterpieces and a classic example of his spare but powerful writing style. A poignant look at the disillusionment and angst of post-World War I generation, the novel introduces two of Hemingway's most unforgettable characters, Jake Barnes and Lady Brett Ashley. The story follows the flamboyant Brett and the hapless Jake as the journey from the wild nightlife of 1920s Paris to the brutal bullfighting rings of Spain with a motley group of expatriates. It is an age of moral bankruptcy, spiritual disillusion, unrealized love, and vanishing illusions. First published in 1926, The Sun Also Rises helped to establish Hemingway as one of the greatest authors of the 20th century. So maybe I just missed something when I was reading it. because you know, reading the back, it sounds pretty good. I just didn't like it. The next one and the last one, I think, yeah, the last one on this bookshelf is this one. It is called Their Eyes Were Watching God by Zora Neale Hurston. Oh, she was born in 1891. That's cool. And I didn't like this one either. Maybe I missed. Ooh, what is that? Oh, okay, so I think part of the reason why I didn't like this was because in the class we read this, we had to do a short video of this book. After what we did is we split into groups of, I think there were 4 in our group, and we all read different books. Each of these groups did, and the one we got was this one, which I didn't like this one. Maybe that's why I didn't like it, but we basically had to read through it in our group and then reenact it. It was awful. It was horrible. Let's see. Their Eyes Were Watching God is an enduring Southern love story sparkling with wit, beauty, and heartfelt wisdom, told in the captivating voice of a woman who refuses to live in sorrow, bitterness, fear, or foolish romantic dreams. It is the story of fair-skinned, fiercely independent Janie Crawford and her evolving selfhood through her 3 marriages and a life marked by poverty, trials, and purpose. Yeah. Again, kind of like the other one, maybe I missed something when I was reading it. Maybe I just didn't get something. Which, you know, could entirely be the case. Maybe it was just the fact that we were doing it it kind of turned into a school project, and who likes to do those, and so maybe that's why I just didn't like it ultimately. But maybe I just didn't get something. But I didn't like that one either. That's it. That's it for this half, and indeed this shelf. The next one's going to come sometime. I don't know when any of my in-depths are going up. I have all of them up to this one recorded so far. I have 12 recorded so far. I just haven't put any of them up. Maybe I'll do that today. Maybe today is the 10th, I think, of February. I don't know how many are on that one. Oh, God. Okay, let's see. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Whoop, pardon me. 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34. Alright, there are 34 in the next shelf. And if anyone's wondering that 34 is an awfully lot to be on one shelf, they are all paperbacks. And they're all relatively that size. Sneak peek, this is one of the ones on there. They're all relatively that size. I think there might be some that are like a little bigger or a little smaller, because that's just how paperbacks are. But there's 34 nonetheless, and that's going to just take me forever. What's 34 divided by, 33 divided by 3 is 11, so maybe I could do 11, 11, and 12. We'll see how that one goes. Haha, that's going to go great. So that's going to be it for this video. I am getting really warm, because if you can't tell, like, this is this is, I would guess this is like half of my hair. Look at it all. Look at it all. And there's more back here. There's more on my back that you can only see if I do that. But oh god, there's so much, and it's so hot. And I am wearing a scarf, and that's really hot too. So I'm gonna go, and I will get to, not today, because I think it's time for, well, it's not time for me to go eat, but it's, you know, I'm gonna go eat, I think, because I don't want to do that one. I don't want to do number 13 yet. Okay, I'm gonna go, and I'll see what happens. I'll see you guys later. Bye! Welcome.